Oh. 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 Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. The child that we all prayed for to feel better is better. And now another community member, she's having a knee replacement tomorrow. Let us all share. I think I called it donate our health. Let us donate our health to her. Advaita Abhayam. In the sense of oneness, there's a sense of fearlessness. Yesterday was the Super Bowl. And projections are, just in America, 32 million Americas. That's how Americans think. 32 million Americans would have bet 8 billion, that's with a B, billion dollars on last night's game. Why? When I reflect on my own personality, whenever I'm dejected, then I feel more desirous, then I feel more distracted. Dejection, desirous, distracted, and the opposite too. The more distracted I am, the more desirous I become, the more dejected I become. So now layer this onto all of these people betting money. Our workshop is to tend to our dejection, our desirousness, our distraction by nurturing delight. To keep on invoking joy independently. Today is Bhakti Anudina. Dina means day. Anudina, daily. And Bhakti means devotion. Daily devotion, devotion daily. Now, if we reflect on what experience do we have with daily devotion? Our scriptures teach us, Matra Devo Bhava, Pitra Devo Bhava. Our mothers and fathers every day were and are and will be devoted to us. Now, what's unique about our parents, our love for them is subconscious. The first personality, the first being that we traditionally learn to love is Acharya Devo Bhava, our guide. Especially those who have flowed through the Gurukula tradition, like I have. The first person I consciously loved was my master because of that love towards me. With my parents, it was subconscious. And one's Acharya, one's guide doesn't do this for the love. They're doing this for Advaita, or the sense of oneness. They're training us to love Atiti Devo Bhava. To every day love those who challenge you. Titi means appointment. Atiti, without appointment. Anyone who comes to us without an appointment, they challenge us, correct? To keep on sharing this love. So let's do it. All of us are atitis, correct? You don't know her, she doesn't know you. I want everyone to share in the chat right now. I distinctly want you to write, I love, and then you insert someone's name. Do it now. I love someone's name. And if you don't know anyone here, just write community. Write atiti. I love Puja Gurudev. I love community. I'm not going to read my own name. I'm the biggest narcissist. I love all. I love people. Good. Now I want to share with you, keep doing it, the utility of this sharing of love. When we reflect on our needs, our physiological and safety needs are objective. I need some warmth. I need some protection. It's objective. And I feel for 99.9% of us, that's checked off. But the next need is the need for belonging. That is not objective. That is subjective. In our community, we offer belonging. And when you feel you belong, you heal. You heal yourself, you heal others also. Just think of an organ that's transplanted to a body. If that body feels like this organ belongs, then that organ is integrated into that body, correct? I'm sharing all of this because we have strange ways of celebrating Valentine's Day. This is meaningful mornings. So these are many reflections on who we should love, remembering that we are loved. In chapter 1 and 2, Prince Arjuna is spinning. So in chapter 3, Shri Krishna teaches him, start to be directing. From spinning to directing. In chapter 4, to balancing. Likes and dislikes make us imbalanced. We have to let go of deservership. And in chapter 5, to being. Spinning, directing, balancing, being. Verses 16 to 20 are verses that describe those who are being. Reviewing verse 20, na prahishyet priyam prapya. When that which is pleasant comes into one's life, they are not elated. Making this practical for us, all that we right now feel elates us. Study the defects built into that. If you feel ice cream elates you, study the defects. How damaging the milk industry is. How damaging sugar is. When you study those defects, you feel less elated. Na udvijet prapya apriyam. When what comes into your life is unpleasant, one is not feeling dejected. Neither elated nor dejected. Practically, if you're acting out of fulfillment, you become immune to any sort of negativity coming inside, because you're giving in one way. You're not living for getting, you're living for giving. So the first quarter, no likes. The second quarter, no dislikes. Third quarter, stira buddhihi asammudaha. One has clarity, conviction, confidence. How did this all happen? Their expectations of themselves is high. So their acceptance of others is high. Clarity, conviction, confidence that I'm responsible for my joy or my dejection. An application of this for us: we do not have to live our lives to prove anything to anyone. We only have to live our lives to prove to ourselves. That's what I mean by high expectations of yourself. Brahmavit, the one who knows infinity, Brahmani stitaha, is established in infinity. There is no ego. No ego means no identification with the equipment, the intellect, the mind, the breath, the body. So they're only managing these equipments. They're not identifying with them. In different words I shared, to be an instrument. One is not the owner, which means one is not the doer. Chapter 5 is about doershiplessness. These 5 verses indicate that, most specifically, the last line. I think one of the last thoughts I shared with you last week was, sell your equipment. Not randomly. Sell them back to who gave you those equipments. We continue. Verse 21. Bahya sparsheshva saktatma vindatyatmani yat sukham sabrahma yoga yuktatma sukham akshayam ashnute. This is a special verse, which I will reveal to you at the end. That way you don't sign off early. Bahya sparsheshu, which means contacting that which is external. This is in reference to the body. The implication is Dhamma. One who has a calm body. By show of hands, how many of you feel you have a calm body? If your hand is not up, a way to nurture this is slow down. Spinning implies a fastness, correct? If you slowly spin, you don't feel anything. But if you spin fast, you become very disoriented. Then, asakta atma. This atma is in reference to the mind. The mind is asakta, which means the mind doesn't suck. Which means the mind is quiet. Quiet. Or shama. Dhamma, calmness of body. Shama, quietness of mind. Vindati atmani. One is directed towards the Atman. What is holding us back from our spirit? It's expressed in the intellect. So this part of the verse is implying uparama, or understanding. Understanding. The intellect now understands there is no joy outside of the spirit. Dhamma, shama, uparama. Vindati atmani yat sukham. They are directed towards the spirit. Now the third quarter. And this is the most special part of this. Sa, the one whose body, mind, intellect are integrated. Calm, quiet, still. Brahma Yoga. They're uniting with infinity on account of Yuktatma. They've brought their equipments together. This quarter is implying they are contemplating. Who is contemplating? Not the body, mind, intellect. The ego is. The ego is contemplating on itself, is being directed towards the spirit. And so continuing with this framework, titiksha. Titiksha means endurance, but here, you have to be ready to fight. In contemplation, your ego is fighting with itself. And you should have shraddha, which means faith. Faith that there is more than the ego. With this toughness and this faith, samadhana, one will focus on the spirit. Brahma Yoga. Do you see how all of those virtues play out? Dhamma, shama, uparama, then titiksha, shraddha, samadhana. And you caught my alliteration. Fighting, faith, and focus. This is the seed, or a seed, for chapter 6. Contemplation has begun. And if you complete this, sukham, the joy, akshayam, which is inexhaustible, ashnute, one will taste this. One will experience their own spirit. Ready? Everyone has calm body, quiet mind. What did you say, Vivekji? We'll reflect on this more, from inspiration to application. A recent application of yours, I shared this a week ago, was to start to contemplate on these special verses from Srimad Bhagavatam. I hope you're still doing that. And I was reading Saloniji from Cleveland's reflection, and she wrote, "My trivialities are lost in his bigness." If you think of all of the problems you have today, now if you think of the power of her, of him, then what problem do you have? Another application of yours was to pay your pitra rina, the debt you owe to your family, by offering putra deshika, offering direction to the younger generation. All of you are registering young adults for our workshop. And the age is still 28, not 21. That was miswritten on our website. Your application for this morning is, today and forever, remember, Matra Devo Bhava, Pitra Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, subconscious love, conscious love, and now keep on challenging your love to grow. Pujya Swami Chinmayananda has shared, a love that doesn't grow is not love. Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be happiness.